Hey there, and welcome to this video where you're going to learn how to build your own chatbot from scratch. So you're going to learn how to build a chatbot from scratch and train it yourself. So this is a quick demo of the final project. I can ask it, what's your name? It's going to tell me its name, I am Buddy. I'm going to ask it something else like, who created you? So I was created by a team of developers, so this is just dummy data. It wasn't true, I'm the one who built it. I can ask it something else like, what is Python? See, give me the answer. What is JavaScript? Yeah, see, I misspelled it, but it still understood what JavaScript, what I meant, that it was JavaScript. You can ask it, what is an API? You can see an API is whatever this is. So you can also ask it something that it doesn't know, like maybe, let's say I do this. See, I'm pretty sure it doesn't know this. Okay, so if I ask it, it says, sorry, I don't know the answer, can you teach me? So I'm gonna tell it, okay, whenever someone tells you something like this, just have to answer, I did not understand you. So the next time I copy this, I'm going to copy this and paste it here again. It's going to tell me I do not understand you. So that's how this works. So back to the code. Okay, so I just want to, I have to delete this everything here and write it from scratch. So I'm just going to do this, delete this as well, delete it. So before I delete it, so the first thing I want to do, delete this as well, because I don't need it right now. Where's the delete button? Delete. Okay, so yeah, that's it. Okay, so the first thing I need to do, I need to be able to like load the knowledge base, because I'm going to have a file called knowledge base, and this is where we're going to store everything. So this is going to be a JSON file. So I have to start by creating this file. So I'm just gonna come here and add a new file, just knowledge base.json. Okay, and inside this file I'm just gonna create a simple JSON. If you don't know what a JSON is, just a simple JavaScript object notation. We use it to store things in it. So I'm just gonna create a value inside here, call it questions, and it will have a value of a simple array like that. That's it. That's the only thing we need. Everything else we'll be doing it programmatically. So I have to first import a module from Python to handle the JSON file. So I'm gonna say import JSON, okay, like that. And I need a function to load the knowledge base, so to load whatever things we have trained the chatbot to say from the knowledge base.json. So I'm going to create a function called def knowledge base, like that, and it is going to be returning a dictionary. So I'm just going to do this and say dict. So it's going to be returning a dictionary. Sorry, to do this after. Okay, yeah, right. And here we're going to be receiving a few things. We're going to be receiving the file path of this knowledge base. So this knowledge base.json. So I'm just gonna say file path, like that, of type string. Yeah, like that. So I want to open the file. So I'm just gonna say with open file path. We're going to lead the file, lead like that as file. Then we just do this JSON.dump. Now before we do this, I'm just gonna say data of type dictionary. So this is the actual data, dictionary, should be equal to JSON.load load this file. Okay, then I'm gonna break out of this and return the data itself. So that's it for the loading knowledge base. I think here it wants me to put 2 spaces. Okay, you know what this says? No end line. Yeah, right. That's it. Okay, so I have to create another function to save something to the knowledge base here that we have built. So I'm gonna say define save knowledge base like that. It's going to be receiving 2 things: the file path as a string and data as a dictionary. Yeah, like that. And the next thing I want to do, I want to actually write something in this file that we have created here. So I'm just gonna say with open. So this is just inbuilt Python functionalities I'm using here, nothing crazy. I'm just gonna say write. Okay, what happened? Right. Okay, then I'm gonna say as file. Then I want to simply just do JSON.dump. So I'm gonna dump the data into the file, right, like that. And I'm gonna indent it just two tabs or 2 spaces, like indentation, like 2 spaces inside. So the next thing I want to find the best match. So supposedly we search something like how are you today, and how are you, like maybe let's say somebody asks it who are you, and another person asks the chatbot how are you. So we need to find the best match for whatever he asks. So these 2 look the same. Al and you are the same. So we need to know that which one between these 2 is the best match for the question the user asked. So we're going to create another function, call it find underscore best match. It's going to be receiving the user question, okay, type string, and the who questions dictionary from the file here. So it's going to be a list of strings, yeah, like that. And this whole thing will return a string all none. You know what's going on here? Variable annotation can be combined with the tuple. Don't know what that's saying. Okay, so this is why. Yeah, right. Okay, so the next thing I want to now, because we have already defined everything we need in this function, now we have to actually write the whole functionality. Okay, so I'm just gonna say matches of type list should be equal to get close matches. Okay, so this is something we need to import from Python. I'm just gonna say I can use the import from this. So let me just write it myself. I'm just gonna say from diff lib import get close matches, so like that. So we have this function right now here, and now we have to use it. So I'm gonna pass in some data inside this. So I'm gonna pass in the user question, okay, like that. I'm also gonna pass in the who questions are dictionary that we have received from this knowledge base. Okay, then we have to pass in something else like n is equal to 1. So this n is just number of possibilities. So if there is like 2 best close matches, just want one, the best one, and I'm gonna add a cutoff of 0.6. all these are just inbuilt stuff. Okay, here should be an equal sign, not a colon, like that. Okay, so what is it saying like now? Just leave it, I don't care. Okay, so we're going to return matches, the first one. Okay, if the matches is there, else just none, like that. Yeah, so the next thing I want to do, I want to create a function for handling the answer, the user's answer. Okay, so let me create some more spaces. I'm gonna do this below here. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say def get answer for question, just like that. My naming convention isn't good, and it's going to be receiving the question of type string, and the whole knowledge base. So I'm gonna say knowledge base of type dictionary. Okay, then we're going to be returning a string, else a string. We're going to return a string. If not a string, just none. Okay, so I'm gonna say for q in the knowledge base, I'm gonna take the key of questions, perform this task. If q question, so this should be a string, question is equal to question, right? I want to do something here. If it should be 2 equals, so here, there. I'm gonna do something here. So I'm gonna say just return the q question, like that. So we're going to get the answer. I mean not the question, the actual answer. So the answer for the question. Okay, so what's this? Just leave it like that. Don't want to change stuff. What is saying? I don't care. Anyways, missing white space. Who cares? Like, so PyCharm is just telling me that, it's giving me these warnings like I've missed a space of something like that, but it doesn't really affect my code. So it's just something that the integrated environment of PyCharm wants me to do. So far we have everything we need, pretty much everything we need. So the only thing I want to do now is to actually create a function for handling the actual chatbots stuff. So I'm gonna say create a chatbot, okay, like this, and inside here, first I'm gonna print something. I'm gonna say hello Addy, here you are daily assistant, like that. Then I'm gonna grab in the user input. So before I grab in the user input, just want to first load the knowledge base. I'm gonna say knowledge base of type dictionary should be equal to load knowledge. So do I have this function of load knowledge base? I should be load here. So we just want to load the knowledge base. Let me just copy this, copy and paste it like that. Then I'm gonna pass in the actual file name, so it can be knowledge base.json. Okay, so now I want to create a loop that never ends. Like I'm gonna say while true, do this stuff. So it's gonna be looping all the time, so that we can give the user a chance to ask multiple questions. So I'm gonna say user input should be equal to input say new, like that. And I'm gonna say if user input dot lower, so we always want the input to be a lowercase, is equal to the string quit. So this is going to be the word that user uses to quit from the program. So we're just gonna simply break, okay, like that. Now I want to get the best match. Okay, so this should be inside here. Get the best match. Okay, I'm gonna say best match, if I can type correctly, of type string, okay, string should be equal, okay, this should be string or none, because there are some situations that we won't have a best match. So gonna be string or none. Like supposedly the user asks something that is not there, so you haven't yet trained this. I'm gonna say find best match. I'm gonna pass in the user input, and I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do an array, arist, which is gonna say something here. I'm just gonna say q, okay, question for q in the knowledge base, okay, of the questions. Can I get the key of question? Okay, so the next thing I want to do, I want to say something. So if best match is there, so if best match is not none, so because we are the string and none, so if it's not none, we're gonna just do something here that is very simple. We're gonna say answer of type string should be equal to get answer the best match, passing the best match and the knowledge base, like that. Okay, just like that. So after this, he wants me to put a space again. Okay, after this, I'm just gonna say print something here. So it's gonna be an F string saying body, the name of our chatbot, and simply the answer. Okay, like that. Else, if not, if when this best match is none, so the user has actually something that is not there. So I'm gonna say print something first. I'm gonna say sorry, I do not, okay, I don't know the answer. Okay, can you teach me? So it's going to ask the user, or in this case you are the one who's training it, can you teach it? So the next thing I want to do, I'm going to say new answer, the new answer that we're going to teach him of type string, it should be equal to input saying type the answer or the word skip to skip, like that. And I'm gonna say if the new answer that lower like this, shit, okay, don't need anything inside here, is equal to skip, what I want to do is simply let's save everything to the knowledge base. I'm just gonna say knowledge base, okay, key of questions dot append. I'm gonna append something to it, that is the user inputs. I'm gonna append, I'm gonna say this should be in a dictionary with a key question user input. So that's going to be the question. So this actually needs to be an F string, yeah, right, or maybe not. I'm just gonna do this. Okay, wait, you can just do this and break out of this key right here, right? This will also work. So the next thing I want to pass is the actual answer. So I'm gonna say answer should be a string, right? Should do this here. Hey, what's going on? Like that. I want to say something here. I'm gonna pass in the new answer that the user has given. The next thing is I just want to save knowledge base. Just gonna be a simple string, knowledge base.json. That's the pass and the whole knowledge base that we have fetched. So the next thing I want to do, I just want to print something like thank you. I have learned a new response, like that. So far we have done quite a few stuff here. Okay, we have fetch the knowledge base, saved it, find the best match for the actual data we have received from the knowledge base, and get the answer for the question. So now what I want to do, I just want to run this file. I'm gonna say here, I'm gonna say if name is equal to main, just run the chatbot function like that. So I'm pretty sure this will work. So let us test it out. Let me do this. Okay, hello buddy, your daily assistant. Let me say hi. Okay, so something is wrong. Unexpected keyword cutoff. So why is it? Okay, it should be just one T, right? So I had a typo. Cutoff, where is cutoff? Cutoff, yeah, right. You know what I was doing. Okay, let us learn this again. I'm gonna say hi. Sorry, I did not understand the answer, so I'm just gonna say hello, how are you? So the next time I ask it hi, okay, so why did it not work? Let me see if it saved something. So it did not save, so there's an error while saving the data. Okay, so why is that? So let me look at it. Knowledge base. Okay, so the error is here. I think so. Okay, save to the knowledge base. Okay, so I figured out what the issue was. It was just we were not loading the best match correctly. So every time we entered this if statement, it always jumped to the else because this was none. So it's just some issue here. Okay, I fixed it. Okay, right. So this time when we try to run this code, like saying okay, we gotta do it tells me hello buddy, your daily assistant. I'm gonna say hi. So it tells me hello because we already trained it. Let me say how are you. It's gonna tell me sorry, I don't understand this. I'm just gonna teach it. I'm gonna say I am fine. So now I can ask it how are you again. It's gonna tell me I am fine. So if you come back to this file here, if I close this, you can see these are the questions that we are training. Every time I add something, let me try to add something else. Like where is the let me close this first and relearn it. Okay, so if I say like I love Python, I can say yeah, me too. I'm gonna ask it love Python. So you see it said yeah, me too. So if I come back to the actual file here, so you can see that we have added another question. So you can keep on training it as much as you want. The more you train it, the better it becomes. Just like that. So this is how we do it in Python. Okay, so we just did 52 lines of code. Wow. So this is very good for a business use case or something else. You can just train this to answer the questions related to your business, like what do we do, maybe like where are we located, okay, so how much is this, something like that. So a user can just ask the chatbot simple questions without integrating to something like OpenAI, maybe Gemini, because OpenAI is good at answering those questions, but it's just so general. You cannot actually train your own. You can fine tune it, but you cannot train it to answer your own kind of questions. And also you have to pay. You pay for the API. So you can just build this simple chatbot for yourself. You can connect this to a Django front end, like have it on a website or a mobile application, wherever you want. But basically, as you have seen, that it works perfectly on the CLI, so that means it will also work perfectly wherever you want it. So that's it for today.